I can sense that I'm starting to get to the end of this project. It's not so much how much I've done. It's not so much how much, how much work that, how little work I kind of see ahead of this story. The reason why I can sort of sense this story is almost over, that I'm gonna be done with this project soon, is that I'm now moving away from it. That sort of obsessive mind that I've spoken about before, how I tend to, you know, like for the, I guess again, yeah, just tend to, no better word for it. The fact that I tend to obsess over my projects, constantly thinking about what I'm working on, that's starting to dwindle. That's starting to go away now. It's starting to take a bit of a back seat. Certainly with the other things I've been doing in my life right now, I've posted some stuff on this, on my channel here about other things I've been doing. That plays a factor, but just my general interest at this point in the story is starting to go away. The more I've gone through it, the more edits I've made to it, the more I can just sense that, yeah, the story is done. The story is, I'm in my final few months. I gotta, I can give myself, another 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever, of working on it, but this story is gonna be done soon. What comes next, I'll probably bring that up in another video at some point down the line here. But yeah, this project is starting to come to a close. It's time to kind of wrap it up at this point. Doesn't mean obviously that I'm going to be, phoning in what I do at all, but I'm just getting that sort of feeling of, all right, you've sort of done what you can do with the story. You've explored the areas you can explore with it. At this point, polish it up, make it look good, get it polished, and then start sending it out. And I think it's a very important point to understand too, is that no one ever really tells you when a book is done. If you're working on it, no one ever will tell you, at what point your novel is complete. Oftentimes it's a deadline. Often it's a deadline. For those that do this professionally, it's not self-imposed. It's simply, hey, you have a book contract, you owe a second book, get it to us by, basically hit your deadline, right? Get it to us by this deadline. Can you try to get it to us by this deadline? And you get it done, or you miss it, one or the other. But that's what it is. It's an external self-imposed thing that sort of they lay on you. If you're doing it yourself, then obviously a self-deadline is usually what it is. Or it's the shiny new idea syndrome. It's that feeling of, okay, yeah, this was fun to do now, but I'm kind of tired now. The hard work is starting to come, and I don't want to do the hard work anymore. I don't want to keep going with the story anymore. I don't think I have the talent to do it, whatever. It's that sort of doubt, that sense of doubt that comes in often, I think, tends to end projects with people early. I think that's when they get to the point there. They get to that mentality of, it's good enough. It's good enough. Which is a very that can be a very dangerous mentality. The idea of good enough. People should often aim, I think, for, it's as good as I can get it right now, which is very, very different. The idea of it's as good as I can get it right now, that is very powerful in the sense that you've done as much as you can do with this story. It's very easy to bullshit yourself, though, with this. It's very easy to have that, I'm tired of this. Yeah, this is as good as I can get it now, and then just do something else. It's very, very easy to bullshit yourself. So you have to come from a place of very deep honesty about where you are in that process. But yeah, I'm sensing it now. I'm starting to get towards that position, starting to get to the, it's as good as I can probably get this story. That's starting to what's where I'm getting towards. I'm kind of moving in that direction. And so with lack of interest in it, and with that, and understanding that this isn't some shiny new idea syndrome, it's simply acknowledgement that this chapter of my life, to I wasn't really trying to make a pun here, but this sort of chapter of my life is coming to a close. This particular project is going to be coming to an end, and I will move on to the next one. You can't necessarily spend forever working on these things. Certainly I spent only a year doing this, so I mean, yeah, it was a pretty obsessive year, but only a year, and that's, for most people, you need to put a lot more time into it than that. Obviously, again, I've spoke before basically about the idea that I had a lot more time to work on this the first half of the year. I had, basically 6 months or so to basically kind of grind away at this story. Most people don't have that, and the process takes much longer usually. But I feel like at this point, like I've stretched my story as much as I can. I feel like I've gotten to the point where, like, I'm proud of the work, and with that, there's a secondary idea of the person I submit to. Obviously, it's going to be an agent. That's what I'm looking at first. Obviously, it's just the querying agents. They're going to see my best. They're going to see my best on here, and that's all you can honestly get your story to. At this point, you have to sort of just let the other thing go, let all the other factors that play into it go. What you control is how good of quality your work is. I don't necessarily write to trends. My story does not follow any kind of trend or any kind of market or any kind of what's popular right now. So those factors like that are just I'm not even considering those at this point. It's simply I wrote a really good story, and I'm proud of the work. And that's, if you can say that and you feel like you're done, then you're done. So it's going to happen for me, I think, here in the coming months here. I may start querying early. I don't know. I'm very uncertain about if I would do that or not. I sort of made that promise of, not querying until January. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know, because it's very, how many times can I keep going in circles with this project, I guess is the question, right? Like how many times can I go through and continue to review these things and just start making, the small corrections here and there. They play a big factor. The small things do, and if I went through each draft I go through, if I'm even making a 1% correction, then you do 3 or 4 passes, 5 passes. That's 3, 4, 5% better. That can magnify. That can. But having said that, at this point, I feel like I'm done. Like I feel like I've gotten this thing to a really good position, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what my decision is going to be going forward with this thing, on when I want to start sending it off. But all right, that's going to be it for now, though. I will be back tomorrow. Again, just more edits, more editing.